What's up, YouTube? This is 2RAW4TV. All right, so last night was Game 6 of the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. And, I kind of had a feeling that the Knicks were going to win Game 5. Backs against the wall. Well, I think the Pacers would have liked to have won Game 5. They kind of, you kind of got the impression they were giving like 85% effort. But Game 6 was a different story. Although the Knicks had stretches where they played good defense, and that they were controlling the pace better. Matter of fact, I would say they probably had the edge in pace in the first half of yesterday's game, which is why they were still in the game in the first half. And shout out to Mitchell Robinson, who, for the most part, performed his role well in this series. Played good defense, was great on the boards, in particular offensive boards, giving the Pacers, giving the Knicks more possessions as far as scoring whenever they had those droughts. But it was just too much Pacers in this one, man. The Pacers offense got clicking in the second half. The Knicks started becoming a little bit static offensively. They had more and more stretches where their defense wasn't up to par. And it culminated in a 125-108 victory for the Indiana Pacers. And for the second time in franchise history, the Indiana Pacers are in the NBA Finals. And yes, I'm going to rub it in. I told you that they were going to do this 3 weeks ago. I did. I was the one that said the Pacers were on their way to the NBA Finals. But you know what's interesting? Whenever I'm wrong about something, I have 50 people in the comment section reminding me that I'm wrong about something. But whenever I get something right, like for instance, that Giannis was going to win the championship for the Bucks, I think I said that like 5 years before it actually happened. Whenever I'm right about something, I get no props. But, if I'm Scap Attack, I get praise all over the Yahoo. It is what it is, That just comes with the territory. Anyway, for the Indiana Pacers, Pascal Siakam, who won this relatively new Eastern Conference Finals MVP, this is the participation trophy era. So these guys, they always want this extra awards for doing shit that the other play. The only award that counted back in the day was the NBA championship. But anyway, Pascal Siakam barely beat out Tyrese Halliburton for the Larry Bird Eastern Conference MVP. This was his third 30-point game of the series, 31 points, 10 of 18 from the floor, 3 of 5 for three-point range, 8 of 11 at the line, 3 blocks. Interestingly enough, Larry Bird's the only other coach outside of Rick Carlisle to take a Pacers team to the finals. Now, can Rick Carlisle one-up Bird and actually bring home a championship? We'll have to see. Also, of course, Bird and Carlisle were teammates back in the 80s with the Boston Celtics. Speaking of Tyrese Halliburton, he scored 21 points. I think 14 of his 21 points came in the fourth quarter. He also had 6 rebounds and 13 assists on 9 of 17 shooting from the floor. Aaron Nesmith had 10 points. He connected on 2 of 4 from three-point range. Miles Turner had 11 points. He connected on 2 of 3 from three-point range. Andrew Nembhard, who played great defense and did play great defense against Jalen Brunson the entire series. He had 14 points on 6 of 12 shooting, 2 of 5 from three-point range. Obi Toppin had 18 points, which I think is a series high for him. Might be a playoff high for him, actually, on 7-11 shooting. Going into yesterday's game, Obi Toppin was only 1 of 11 from three-point range for the playoffs, but in this game he was 2 of 4 from three-point range. And what's his name? Mark Bryant, I think it is. No, not Mark Bryant. Thomas Bryant, right? He used to be the Lakers. I think he played with the Lakers. I think he had a stint with the Nuggets. Well, anyway, he had 11 points in this game. As a team, the Pacers had 30 assists for their 46 field goals made. They shot 54% from the floor. They connected on 17 of 33 from downtown and 16 of 19 at the line. And for the New York Knicks, Mikal Bridges, 15 points, 4 assists, 6 of 9 shooting. OG Anunoby led the Knicks with 24 points and 5 rebounds. That's already right there a bad sign when he's leading the team. No knock on him, but usually it's Brunson. Sometimes it might be Karl-Anthony Towns. Anunoby had 10 of 8. He connected on 10 of 18 from the floor. Karl-Anthony Towns struggled offensively, especially in the first half of the game. 22 points, 14 rebounds, 8 of 19 from the floor, 0 for 4 from three-point range, and uncharacteristically missed 4 out of 10 free throws. As we know, he's battling that knee issue. And Jalen Brunson, underwhelming performance by his standards, 19 points, but took 18 shots to get those 19 points. 2 of 7 from three-point range, only 1 of 2 at the line, and that's very unusual for him to only get 2 free throw attempts, 7 assists, but 5 turnovers. Mitchell Robinson had 9 rebounds, but those 9 rebounds came, I think, in the first half of the contest. Landry Shamet, 12 points, 4 of 7 from three-point range. The Knicks shot 48%, which is not terrible, but they're only 9 of 32 from three-point range, just 28%, and 17 of 26 at the line. They missed 9 free throws. That's just not good. And the Knicks' transitional defense was horrible in this contest. Just horrible. And that was largely one of the reasons why they lost. The transitional defense, and increasingly in the second half and fourth quarter, their overall defense started to fade. You know what I'm saying? Some of that was fatigue, whatever you want to call it, man. But the Knicks just didn't get it done. The Pacers are just too explosive for the Knicks. I mean, I had it right the first time. The Pacers were just too explosive for the Knicks in this series, man. I think this finals is going to be great. You got 2 young, dynamic teams. One team, an offensive juggernaut. The other team, a defensive juggernaut. But they also can score as well. So I think this finals is going to be really good. You know what I'm saying? For those who are actual real basketball fans. For the casuals, I can already hear the complainer. Oh, man, there's no stars. There's no LeBron, blah, blah, blah. Oh, before I end this video, I'm already seeing people. I saw an article, one of these articles where they say an anonymous source, right? Already trying to throw the blame on this series loss on Karl-Anthony Towns, saying that his teammates and coaching personnel are very disappointed in his lack of defensive effort and defensive discipline, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, right? Let me say this. Karl-Anthony Towns, despite having that knee issue, I thought played very well, okay? He had stretches where he didn't play well, but he was being double-teamed, sometimes even triple-teamed momentarily, right? So the credit the Pacers for playing great defense on Karl-Anthony Towns. Man, I'm not going to put this on Karl-Anthony Towns. What needs to be talked about is, if anything, Jalen Brunson being terrible in the pick and roll. Okay? I'm tired of all this slurping of Jalen Brunson as if he's a superstar. He's a great player. But to me, sometimes he shoots the ball too fucking much. The offense gets stagnant when they start playing Brunson ball. He's not a great defender. And when you press him defensively, he makes a lot of mistakes. That needs to be talked about. But you know, when you score a lot of points with these stupid ass fucking casual analysts or journalists, you know, you get, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I understand Carlton Town has a reputation for not being a great defender, but you know that. You know he's not a great defender, but I can't knock his effort. Even if he had incorrect positions at times, whatever, right? Yeah, you could get him on that, but that's not something that I'm going to bash him over the head as far as, you know, sometimes he was a little bit too high, you know what I'm saying, as far as guarding his man, or he wasn't in the correct position at all times. He's not a lockdown, great defender. But what I did see from him, like I saw last year when he was with the Timberwolves, when he was largely responsible for Jokic playing mediocre when it's supposed to be Gobert's fucking job to guard Jokic. What I did see from him is effort still. He wasn't as healthy this year as he was last year, but I saw effort. So now we're not going to put this on him. And you're also going to put a lot of this smoke on Homer Simpson ass. Okay? I'm tired of that shit. Every year, I'm doing this with Tom Thibodeau. There's short rotations, which always inevitably leads to what? Injuries. This guy's stubborn as hell. The only time he does play some of his bench guys is like when these guys get hurt, like the other day, which happened to be the smart and right move. Tell the truth. Rick Carlisle outcoached Tom Thibodeau once again. But don't just throw it on a fucking player. And the only coaches that you want to criticize are Darvin Ham and fucking Doc Rivers. But that's all I got to say about it. I was right. I told you I was going to the NBA Finals. I'm the great one. Give me my fucking props. And that's all I got to say about it.